Welcome to Capture the Reps podcast, the podcast for fitness creatives by fitness creatives. Each episode, we will dive into techniques, strategies, and behind-the-scenes stories to help fast-track your career. Whether you're behind the camera or in front of it, this is the space to grow, create, and connect. Hit it, Sam. Capture the reps, not the capture reps.
What?
I said
on podcast?
No. Well, yes. So like, subscribe, comment, share, tag 5 people that would find this useful.
He kept saying already.
I was like, alrighty.
Well, some people have worse catchphrases, so
I would think so.
that one's okay.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because we would just naturally be like in conversation, and I would like unnecessarily, like it was almost like a filler word. You know, some people have like filler words. That was my filler word.
I hear him say honesty is the best policy a lot.
Do I really?
Yeah.
I've never heard him say that.
Or he says it to me.
I black out sometimes. Sometimes when I talk,
really?
I just say stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm like ChatGPT. I'll find you an answer regardless of whether it's actually true.
That's what talking is.
Something just comes out.
Fun fact, ChatGPT is wrong like 50% of the time.
Is it really?
Yes. I just got back from a meeting where that was like presented.
Really?
Yeah.
How's it wrong?
So
gives you false information?
Well, it makes stuff up in order to give you an answer sometimes.
Oh, really?
So I forget the phrasing that's utilized, but it's like they just pull it out of thin air to like give you an answer, or they might cite a source that's wrong. So you still have to like go back through and look.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Fun fact.
Makes sense. It's the internet, I guess. Can't believe
Yeah.
everything.
Definitely not. And you definitely can't always tie your shoes, which is why we're here today with Steph.
She knows how to tie shoe up.
Athlete, videographer,
Yeah.
photographer, editor,
Yeah.
graphic design,
Not so much, but
corporate and sports life, all coming together. And Chris,
Whoa.
our first repeat guest.
Oh, am I?
True. Yeah, because Cole technically doesn't count.
he doesn't. Why?
Well, we technically filmed Cole's twice.
Cole's first podcast was a rough draft.
It was a rough draft. We were working through some content ideas, so this is our first true like recurring guest.
I thought, because I just kept seeing Cole's reels pop up, and I thought like, wow, he's a reoccurring character.
Yeah.
I thought he was just coming in all the time.
Well, here's the thing. He's been in here while we filmed other people. So technically it could have been one of those things where,
okay.
you know.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been something. Could have been a G.
And you know how whenever we start these things, I have extreme anxiety. Chris, we're rolling on the audio, right? It's recording?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I said
You know how I am, though. It's like, literally we have a camera here for a prop, which, by the way, FX6, have not even really started utilizing it, but bought it.
It's an expensive prop.
Have proceeded to not use it at all because of all the work we've been doing like recently, which has been absolutely insane. And I definitely want to dive into that. I know for you, Steph, it's like the idea of like now you've seen both sides because you're at a competition being on the athlete side.
Yeah.
Right. And you've worked the media side, as we've already mentioned like a million times in the past. So today I really want to dive into that, like your side of things on that and your like feelings on that. And then I want to go through some of your work, and you've sent me some really cool stuff that we can like dive into and just kind of talk it out. Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be really useful for anyone who is coming across this that sometimes doesn't know why certain shots are selected or like how to actually make like a impactful reel, you know, in a lot of cases. And then we'll do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I didn't write any questions down, so I'll probably just hit you with some stuff that's off the top of our head. And you know what? Chris is probably going to have some good questions too, because Chris always has good questions.
Yeah.
Big good question, guy.
Great question, guy.
Great.
So
I guess we already established that stuff just comes out of your mouth. So we'll
Facts.
go with
That
it.
is talking.
We'll go
Facts.
with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how talking works.
Literally, like, there'll be times where I'll say something and then, like, I'll just, like, pause. I'm like, wait, what?
And you don't
It's
know
usually,
what you said?
well, it's usually when I'm over caffeinated. Like, right now, we're kind of, like, on the teeter, right?
Okay.
We're, like, kind of, like,
Get this man.
I'm almost there. I do have some caffeination. We're not going to mention what it is because we want to wait and hopefully get a sponsorship. So, anywho.
Get this man a blank brand caffeinated beverage.
Nice. We can fill that in after the fact, right? We can add in the name.
We should make sure the visual sound or the audio sounds completely different. Like I did it somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just sounds really forced and fake. Right. I think it'd be funny.
Or like AI.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
You can't get a coffee sponsorship?
That's what I'm saying, Steph. Listen,
Okay,
caffeine of choice. It can be in a can, it could be in a cup, preferably those two. Because I couldn't think a bottle.
A bowl.
A bowl. Just a big bowl of oatmeal.
Just a big bowl of coffee.
Big bowl of coffee. Anywho, sorry. We're me and Chris are, doing our stupid thing that
Speaking of, go watch our last episode.
Yeah. Go watch our last episode if you want to hear us randomly banter. Let's get back to it though, shall we? So first, talk me through, because we obviously did Desert City.
Yes.
Badge right here. Talk me through that experience from an athlete's perspective, and like kind of dive into that a little bit.
Anything specifically or just as a whole?
Give me like a wide sweeping look at it from an athlete perspective, and then me and Chris will kind of interject with our really hard-hitting, thought-provoking questions.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Desert City Classic, it was 2 weeks ago now. I competed in the elite individual division.
And that was your first time doing elite, right?
At this competition, yeah.
Yeah, That's super cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I think it's been like so the qualifier was in June, so it was just a lot of waiting for this competition to come up. Some anxiety, like a lot of anticipation for Desert City. So there was just like a lot of training, a lot put into it, a lot of waiting for it. I was definitely getting nervous, probably maybe 2 weeks before the competition started, and then I think the week of, I was just ready to go have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, Magna had 42 athletes competing.
We sure did.
Which was
also
crazy.
VIP affiliate, just saying. We had the big balcony.
Yeah.
Everybody had basketball jerseys.
I competed at Beach Brawl about a month before, but I guess the last really big competition I was at was World Fitness Project that I was doing media for.
Sure.
CrossFit Games, also doing media. And it's a completely different experience. I don't really have to be locked in to compete because, I mean, I kind of do leading up to it, but then the weekend of, I just wanted to enjoy it. I just wanted to, watch all my friends go, kind of get locked in, an hour before I had to go for all my heats. But I felt like once the competition started, I mean, I was nervous, but I feel like all the work was already put in.
Right.
And I just had to go execute and perform, but
yeah, it's like you literally just had to there's nothing you can do in the hours leading up to an event that's going to change your outcome. All of that work was done months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's it's a different level of intensity because it's you've already done everything, so now you're just going out and really just having fun and that kind of thing. Whereas,
yeah, exactly.
Talk me through that media side. What's your mentality? Your process whenever it's okay, today's day one of a competition.
Yeah, day one of a competition. If I'm shooting, editing, doing media, it's okay. I'm excited to get there. I'm super excited to shoot the first event. Talk to some people. I mean, you guys know. There's people in the media space that we only get to see a few times a year. So
very true.
I love just seeing familiar faces that I don't get to see all the time.
Well, it's funny. We try to do we try to do the podcast during Desert City.
Yeah.
And we looked up at the end of the day of Thursday. We're oh, that was athlete check-in. All of our friends that we just said hi to, we had zero time to do anything. So we tried to be a little bit ambitious, but yeah, to your point, it's a social gathering, right? You're having all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And it's also the idea of if you I'm extremely extroverted. And I know you guys are kind of would you say in the middle? I don't want to put that out there.
I feel like it depends.
I think there's times, I don't know. I would say I'm extroverted.
With your yeah. So it's funny though. If someone skews a lot more introverted, that could be even exhausting for them to be out with everybody and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's definitely a different level of intensity whenever you're on the media because it's you are on all the time.
Right.
The moment that you walk into that arena, whatever, you are on, and then.
Exactly.
you have to be ready for anything to happen, changes, this, that, and the other.
For sure.
So,
yeah, I mean, I would definitely say I enjoy being extroverted, but for me, if I have a goal and I need to be productive, I need to be introverted. But that's when the editing comes in. So first day of a competition, if I'm shooting, I start by having fun, by being super social. And then it's once that first event starts, I kind of need to be locked in and stay locked in through the rest of the competition and even for the upcoming week, 2 weeks, because that's where the real work is done.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So you brought up a good point there. It's like when you're on the athlete side, your preparation is months in advance.
Yeah.
When you're on the media side, it's like literally 2 weeks before, and then it's nonstop until probably like 2 or a couple weeks afterwards as well, because you're doing all the deliverables. Whereas athlete, it's that preparation before you do the competition, then hopefully you take a break and like go have family time or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like, you know, for media, you're hopefully working within those months leading up to an event, within those weeks, days, just to refine your skills. You know, you always want to be working, getting better at what you do.
What do you typically do? Like how do you get better to that point? Like what do you typically do?
Just shoot for fun. Sometimes just shoot for free. Kind of come up with storylines that I want to, kind of come up with storylines that I see myself either directing or editing later on. A lot of things happen in the moment. So, you know, there's a lot of things that are out of your control, but just keep working, keep editing, trying different color
are you
grades.
like popping into like for us it'd be Magna, but like are you popping into a gym being like, hey, let me just get some practice reps, let me film some people just working out? Like are you filming for me, filming my dog in the backyard? Like are you doing that kind of stuff where it's like, hey, I just want to make sure that I'm fresh, that I know everything going through?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of it's just showing up in daily life with a camera, you know. A lot of it I think is also just being involved and kind of building those relationships.
Right.
I think the better relationship you have with an athlete, with a client, the better your work ends up being, because you now have that perspective of them as a person, rather than this is how they look on the floor.
So with those storylines, what kind of information are you doing research on? Like, are you just perusing their Instagram, or are you like looking at who's entering into the competition, maybe their past results that year? Like what kind of research are you doing that way?
Yeah, definitely looking at past performances, whatever past competition someone's done. If an elite athlete has like a full-time job outside of competing, that always makes someone really interesting. So a lot of it is just kind of, you know, following a lot of people on Instagram, just seeing things that come up naturally. And then here, you know, just talking to people. We have a lot of competitive athletes at Magna.
We are blessed in that way of like, they are right there in front of us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
So I think a lot of it happens naturally.
Yeah.
Without you really even trying.
Well, I know, Chris, that's like kind of like, you know, your thing is the Magna athletes are just a great like practicing ground and, you know, having that. So like talk a little bit about that. Like,
I mean, video-wise specifically, because I'm a lot more photo-focused. That's something I like to utilize. I mean, I know I've shot stuff with you, Steph. I literally just got like a small rig set up with what are these little batteries called? I don't know the names of any of it yet, but the V-mount battery that when I got it, I had no idea how to put it on my camera. I was like, this is weird. And I just like brought it to the gym and was shooting all the guys and gals at Magna to try and get practice.
Yeah, I mean that's key. And then, you know, you're providing them with something like really cool that they can then, you know, post out on their socials or whatever. You're gaining the practice, and then you're also going to be fresh. Because I don't know about, and you guys can both weigh in on this. For whatever reason, the first day of a competition, and this might just be I'm very hard on myself because I am, but like I always look at my footage the first day and I'm like, eh. And then the second day, the growth is always ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I haven't found out why that is, because to your point, I do like practice some stuff before I go to a competition. But is that kind of like what you see on your end too?
Yeah, I've had that happen. I guess sometimes it's just maybe the first event, you're in a new location, new space, whatever it is. But yeah, I could say like by day 2, I feel like I always like my work a little bit more than day 1.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've described it as somebody who used to do more individual competing, very retired now. I have described it as that same feeling for competitors is like you want to get that first workout in. Like once you're done with that first one, you feel like you're kind of like settled in and you're like ready to go. That's exactly how I feel day 1. Like there's lots of nerves, not like I'm nervous I'm going to do a bad job, but like I'm nervous because this is important and it matters. And I feel like once you finally get that settled, I feel like I kind of come into like that comfortable space. Like, okay, I'm confident in what I'm doing. I'm confident in what I've done. I'm confident I'm going to make this happen. But also it's like what Steph said, new space. Like sometimes it does take a second to just get used to like shooting in a new spot because one competition will have you have a media pit here, and then another competition will have a media pit there, and then one competition might have media pits in everywhere.
Right. The lighting's always different.
100%. So.
Yeah, and I think for solutions, I think going to athlete check-in, even if like, you're not an athlete, like there's nothing for you to really do there. Just like kind of like getting some practice reps. What I really like to do is like during athlete check-in, like do like a little behind the scenes video, like just kind of randomly. But it's a great way to first like kind of like see. In a lot of cases, the check-in's by the arena and you can kind of like peek through, right? You like peek through the arena and you can kind of like look in and kind of see where everything's located, the floor, and like, like where's like the media area or like where are the barriers, and like kind of get a little scouting report there. But then it also allows you to kind of just get that like good nervous energy, because we all want to do a really good job and we all want to have like that type of like thought process going through. So it's like we have this nervous energy, so get it out by just going out there and filming stuff and then looking back at what you filmed and like kind of work your way through that. So I know you do a ton of stuff with like behind the scenes and support the main storylines that way. Is that kind of like what you do too, is like get into that athlete check-in and just hang out for a little bit?
Kind of. I mean,
you can have something completely different than me. It's okay. You don't have to agree with me.
I think that's definitely a good thing to do. We don't do it as much like with Buttery Bros anymore, but I think also part of that is they've been doing it for so long.
Right.
I think it's something I want to keep doing though on my own, introducing yourself to them.
Yeah, it's great networking.
I think like just having a connection off without the camera in your hand, even if you do have the camera in your hand, but you don't have to necessarily like be filming them all the time. But I also think just being able to introduce yourself to athletes and kind of make a connection before they start, before they're really like locked in and in the zone is important. And it also like kind of settles my nerves a little bit that they know what I'm doing. They kind of know who I am, and we can just like let each other do our.
Right. Well, you brought up a really good point, the idea of like networking. I mean, that's huge because, while you might be there for another athlete or a brand or whatever, it's a really good opportunity to kind of also be like, well, I'm hired here with somebody. Like you can see I have, whether it's a media pass, you don't have a media pass, but you have your camera with you, you're filming an athlete. Like people are going to notice that. It's a great way to stand out. I know Chris got like work from networking, in that instance too. Like talk us through that, like how that works.
Competitions from networking. I mean, shooting at WFP, I got to meet some of the athletes, and one of the athletes liked my work, so I got to go shoot with that athlete at Wadapalooza, so that was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, more than one athlete liked your work. I like your work.
Same.
I'm a washed-up quarterfinals athlete. I got to account for something.
Washed-up quarterfinals.
Literally washed up.
Yeah, you can do it this year. It's back.
Okay, maybe.
Put the pressure on.
I actually am, on a fun fact, I am doing High Rocks this year.
You are? Oh wait, you told me.
In Phoenix.
With a team? Double?
My buddy Brock, shout out Brock. We'll find out if Brock watches this episode.
I'm doing photos for that, so just get your package.
What's my promo code again? Yeah.
I'm also doing it.
We'll get your package.
Yeah.
Everyone doing it, get your package. I've already let Magna know.
Go ahead, Chris. This is your chance for a commercial right
Hey,
now.
baby. If you want premium photos of you doing your High Rocks
Premium
event.
photos.
Oh, you're right. They're better than that. Elite.
Well,
I'm trying to think about
you,
how my...
you are an elite photographer. Take photos
I'm
of
trying to
elite
think about
athletes.
what the names of my packages
Chris,
are.
directly into your camera.
Wait, your packages would have
Directly
to show-
into your camera. Give us a 15-second pitch.
Oh boy, I'm terrible at this.
You got this.
I mean, I take sick photos, so you're gonna have sick photos of your High Rocks. That's all
Boom,
I
book
gotta
them.
say.
What, slide into the DMs?
Text me, slide into the DMs. Well, text me if you know me like that.
Fantastic. Anything else that you wanted to hit on about the differences of an athlete perspective than
Yes.
media? Yes. Okay, good. What else you got for us,
Whoa,
Steph?
let me put my seatbelt on.
She came ready. This is great.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was funny because, you know, Chris was talking about his diet and stuff.
Whoa, and stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I just thought it was funny because, you know, like your nutrition has to be like pretty dialed in when you're competing.
Look at last
Eating a lot.
week's episode
Like, you're
with
eating-
Aaron Crow.
You're eating a lot. You're eating hopefully healthy, but, you know, when you're competing too, like it's just about getting carbs in. They
Yeah.
don't always end up being healthy, but when you're doing media and you tend to forget to eat.
You're literally going to make Aaron so happy by saying everything you're about to say. So, yes, you need to
Happy's
eat.
a word.
He's going to be overjoyed. I mean, you saw him in the comments on our latest like post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair,
And
I
it's-
tried.
I would assume when you're doing media for a competition, you're like just living on caffeine, and I see a lot of candy in the media room all the time.
I feel like you're attacking us.
I'm not. I do it too.
Bro, what was the peppermint bark pretzels that were sitting in there?
I don't know who brought them.
That was a
I
problem.
know it was someone on the team. I don't want to throw anyone on blast.
There was a moment.
I have a guess
We
of who
gotta
it was.
Aaron has to do some kind of nutritional plan for the media people.
Well,
too.
if you want
No.
more information about nutrition and you are a media person, check out episode 12, 13.
It's a great question.
Hold on. There's Instagram.
Give him a moment because I got to tell a story.
Well, yes.
There was a moment when I was eating those peppermint bark pretzels where JT literally walks over and he goes, "Do you want me to take those away from you?" And I turn up to him and I look and I go, "Yes, please."
Factual. And it's episode 13. Please listen to the episode. Don't watch it because I was working on camera settings with this guy, hence why this guy is currently on the bench.
How's your diet going? Your cut, by the way.
It's good. Actually, today when I was doing my power clean, 360, by the way, let him know, strongest photographer. Anyway,
Notice how he delivered that with like great confidence. And then I give him 15 seconds to pitch his business. And
Okay, he's better at like conversational.
okay.
confidence.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So good. Diet's going good. Yes.
I was tightening my belt and I was like, I can't go tighter. I went back down and I sat over next to Jose, one of our athletes at Magna, and I was like, dude, I think my belt's too big now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like,
good
that's
feeling.
kind of not good.
Wait, too big meaning it.
I
doesn't-
thought you were trying to.
Yeah, like I can't tighten it enough.
Oh,
like
whoa,
I
whoa.
can't tighten it enough.
Gotcha. Okay, so we have food. What else we got?
I guess sleep is another thing.
Yeah.
You don't sleep when you do media. When you compete, you gotta sleep.
Yeah, like force yourself to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Would you
just
say
those are the main things.
your work here? So
Okay.
we're gonna throw up the couple things that you sent me.
Okay.
So we can actually just pull up our phones if that's easier for you.
Yes.
And we can kind of talk through this. I heard that having your phone on podcasts like this is actually socially acceptable. Don't quote me on that, but so this is part of the Unbreakable series for WFP, the Wells sisters. So we have Brooke Wells. I want you to talk us through, like what part are you like really proud of, or a part of the video, like whether it's like a certain like edit part that you really like or something like that we can really focus in on, like a sequence of things. And then just like to talk everyone through it at home here. So, or listening or in the car. I don't know why I said at home.
What?
I felt like I went real TV show there for a second. That was really weird. You are the main editor on this project. So you were editing This
Well, on this specific episode, yes. There's been other editors for the Unbreakable series.
Okay. But this is one that this has like your name on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I did the edit, so yeah.
So this footage was given to you, and then you're taking someone else's footage and creating a story around it, or like what's the arrangement for this?
Yeah, so it was shot by Heber Cannon and Carlos Bone. Basically, it was kind of shot as a day in the life of Brooke and Sydney. Heber went with Sydney to her gym. They train at different gyms. And then Carlos went with Brooke to hers. It was basically just shot as a day in the life and then an interview
Okay.
at the end.
And then you're stitching everything together, or are you given certain guidelines or anything like that you had to kind of play with?
No, I mean, I'm kind of just stitching everything together.
Okay.
I've been working with Heber for years now, so I'm not really given guidelines.
Yeah, because you've already like established that like early on, like how he likes to work or like what he likes to see, and then you're just you're basing all of that process of like learning how to work with someone. Like, what would you tell someone that's like an editor that's like just starting to work with a videographer? Like, is there certain questions they should ask? Like, how do you kind of fast track that type of arrangement?
What is the viewer supposed to feel? Like, what's the energy supposed to feel like? Is it a little slower paced? Do you want it to be like fast and poppy, or do you want it to be like more emotional, tell a story? Is it story driven, backed with like historical footage, historical accounts from the athletes, your subject, whatever that is? I think you do kind of want to ask how long the video is supposed to be, but when it comes to long form, I mean, I don't really ask that anymore because, I mean, on YouTube, you kind of have the freedom to post however long you want.
Right.
But, I mean, with that being said, the shorter the better.
Like, you much rather have like a tight 20 minutes as opposed to elongated just to hit like 30 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, times aren't really like, it's not really a mandatory thing.
Yeah.
I just say the shorter the better because we want people to be engaged the whole time.
Right.
We want people to watch the whole video. You know, it's really hard to play the game of like, oh, we just uploaded a 2-hour video that people have to make time to sit down and watch. Whereas if it's 20 to 30 minutes, it's just more likely to be seen.
Yeah.
And we want our work to be seen because
So
we work hard on it. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I don't cut things out just to make the story fit.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I want to tell the full story.
So with this, what like challenges did you have that you kind of had to overcome, or like some things that you kind of learned from it as like takeaways?
You know, you want to use the best footage. You want to use like the most cinematic, prettiest footage. And there's times where that works, and there's also times where, well, the story's more important and this shot isn't the prettiest, but we're going to use it anyways because
Right.
it tells the story.
Right. Right.
You know, and there's a balance there, but I obviously like the footage I get comes from Heber Cannon and Carlos Bone, which, I mean, I always get really good footage from them.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have to be super picky about it.
Well,
Because,
I saw in the video itself too, there's like some stuff like historical stuff.
Yeah,
So like to your
absolutely.
point, it's like, yeah, it might have been shot like on a different camera that was like top of the line back then, but you know, technology has changed, or it might be a cell phone video or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if it enhances the story and it moves the story along, it's worth it to include.
yeah, and part of that is like, you know, you can tell when there's historical pictures, videos. You can kind of tell because it's not the same quality
Yeah.
as what we can do today.
Right.
So you can always kind of tell those kinds of things, and I kind of think it helps to put in your mind, this happened in the past. Like, this was Sydney in running track in high school.
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes it works to tell that story. And this is with any project when there's historical footage, pictures being used. You don't always get the highest quality stuff. And I've also learned, like, that's okay.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we've witnessed that with this podcast. Like sometimes we'll have like a camera that might be a little bit out of focus or the coloring's a little bit off because the exposure was set wrong. And it's just like, yeah, all those stuff definitely matter. And we definitely want to have like a good focus on all that. But if worst case scenario, we have an amazing conversation, like we're still going to put that out because we want really good content that's going to help people. So to your point, moving along the story, all that kind of stuff, even if it's, you know, not ideal. That being said, I think we both strive to really make like amazing stuff. So like we really do want to focus in on those points and what you mentioned earlier, like the idea of like the cinematic shots whenever you possibly can. Yeah, absolutely. But realizing that, you know, if it helps and it assists the story and moves it along, or it educates, or it helps people, or whatever it is, it's sometimes worth it to do it that way. So.
Yeah, and I think like, you know, your finished product, whatever the message story is there, is always going to be more, at least to me, is always going to be more important than, oh, this shot was a 4K image in perfect lighting, you know?
Well, we see that a lot with like behind the scenes, right? The behind the scenes stuff where it's like you as a videographer and even like photography, like behind the scenes stuff, when it's not something that is like, it's not like a set way of doing things, or there's not like a set structure, or it's not like a workout that you're going to like move through, or it's not like a scripted type TV show or anything. It's literally you're a fly on the wall and you're like, you just got to adapt to whatever's happening. And there's certain times where someone might start a sentence and you're filming somebody or something completely different. And then you like pan over them real quick. It's like, you got to understand that like, yeah, you know, if you have other stuff to show over the top of that, absolutely. But if you are clear with the intention of the video and what it actually is, like a behind the scenes or like something that's a little bit more raw, then I think you're good, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
I would agree with that.
So we're going to move to rapid fire questions that we have not prepared at all.
Perfect.
And this is our first time doing this too. So we're just going to like, we're just going to kind of go for it. I know she's pumped, which is great. I mean, you know,
which is great.
We don't even know how this is going to go. We're not going to cut it. None of this is getting cut. Like we're just going to keep rolling with it. So first of all, best gym in the west part of the United States would be
Magna.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
Was that a question or a statement?
I mean, it's a statement of fact.
Yeah.
You can say it's a question.
I would agree.
Yeah, seriously. What would you tell someone?
Worst gym. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. No, do not
Let's
answer
open that can of worm. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember I said there wasn't going to get stuff cut? We probably would have cut that one. What is one thing that an editor should always have with them when they're on site for a project?
Your laptop.
Okay, laptop. Chris, you got one?
An editor?
No, just in general. Just any questions you want. Fire away.
Oh, what question do I have?
This segment's going great so far. Yes.
Dude, I wasn't expecting this
Or are you looking for a fun answer? Because now I'm thinking about
You can amend your answer. It's your show, Steph. We're just here to facilitate the conversation.
my show. On site for a project. Oh my gosh, that could actually be a lot of things.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, Bo, what's the one most important thing?
There's not a right answer. He's like trying to make it seem like there's a right answer.
What's
Laptop.
the one most important thing, Steph?
Your laptop and probably a coffee.
Laptop and a coffee.
Laptop and a coffee. But make sure that the coffee is away from the laptop so you don't spill the coffee on the laptop.
Yeah, I would never do that.
Your
headphones.
I feel like we just jinxed something completely.
I hope not.
Somehow that Desert City bottle is going to make its way to the FX6.
No.
Your headphones, because like we said, some people love to talk, and we are those people. But sometimes you got to put headphones on.
Sometimes you got to lock in.
Feel like I'm getting attacked.
Sometimes you
feel like there's
sometimes you got to lock in. Sometimes JT wants to yap to you.
Sometimes headphones aren't enough to lock in.
Because
JT's in the room.
I enjoy chaos in my work, and a controlled chaos in my work environment, and I go insane if things are too quiet. That's just
I
me.
gave JT the silent treatment during Desert City. And
I
he
will
was
say-
not happy.
That was the weirdest
At
thing.
the
I've never done
CrossFit
anything like that
Games,
before.
I heard JT scrolling through reels when I was trying to edit.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's trying to find music.
I'm out there grinding.
Yeah, he's trying to find music.
Trending audio.
Shout out to Kelly for providing trending audio so I didn't have to do that much.
I turned around because all I heard was a different song every 4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But no, like to go. So maybe I don't know. The rapid fire questions might have been a bad idea, but
I think we needed the questions prepared.
yeah, I think that's a learning curve. So we've learned that. But I think I'm looking at more like advice for people, so like they can get some type of like clarity, some answers, that kind of thing, as far as like what they can possibly do. So maybe like a few things on what you would tell your younger self.
What would I tell
Yeah, what are the top 3 things you would tell your younger editing self?
my younger editing self?
Yeah, if you could have a conversation to set younger Steph up for success, for more success than she's had in her editing, what would they be? Those top 3 things.
This is more of an opinion thing, but I would tell my younger self that it's better to learn things slowly and perfect them than try to do things too fast. Have it not be like your best work. Story is more important than how many views something gets, and the quality of your work is more important than whether it's trending or not. And this is just more of an opinion thing. Some people like to do it different, but what I think what I pride myself in more is being able to slow things down and tell a story using original audio a lot of the times, and not necessarily like trending audio, which doesn't always perform the best on Instagram, but it's what I enjoy. And that's something that's more important to me, following the trends.
Yeah.
So I think you just kind of have to figure out what's important to you and like what showcases you and your work. And I feel like that's what is important to me.
Stay true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Well, Steph, thank you for coming in on a Saturday.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
On a Saturday.
Yes.
Again.
Where can people follow you? Like, where do you post your work? Because you do post your work.
Yeah, I do post it now.
Emphasis on the now.
Yeah, Shots by Steph on Instagram. It's
All right.
Shots X Steph. Shots by Steph.
There we go.
That's
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks.
Well, that's a wrap on this episode. Thanks for tuning in to the Capture the Reps podcast. If you're a fitness creative and you found this episode helpful, please share this with a fellow creative and keep creating, keep learning, and keep capturing those reps. We'll see you next time.